On Tuesday, Giants announced the contents of the Plains and Prairies pack for Farming Simulator 25, as well as its release date of just 3 weeks away on June 3rd. Today, we learn a little bit more about the 5 items included in the pack, some quick housekeeping things up front though, so we can get them out of the way. Players who own the Year 1 Season Pass will get the Plains and Prairies pack when it launches. Those who did not purchase the Year 1 Season Pass can pick up Plains and Prairies for just $8.99 pre-order or $9.99 upon launch. A really good value per item because this pack rivals the size of some of the large DLCs released in Farm Sim 19 at a lower cost than those DLCs. PC and Mac players, if you're willing, you can use my affiliate link in the description to order directly from Giants. I do get a % of the sale, so I thank you for that in advance, as well as it helps me move toward my goal of reaching Gold Partner. It's also never too late to pick up the Year 1 Season Pass if you do not already have it. It includes the Nexat pack, which released earlier this year, as well as the Plains and Prairies pack releasing on June 3rd, and then a third pack entitled Stars Align sometime in Q3, and then a game expansion that will also include a new map in Q4. By the looks of the image, a UK or Irish themed DLC is a good prospect. With all that out of the way, let's dive into the fact sheets. Salford returns to Farming Simulator with the Independent Series 1260 disc harrow. The 18-meter working width will surely garner a few interesting eyes, but be sure to have enough ponies under the hood because the disc harrow is going to ask for 600 horsepower to work effectively at its working speed of 11 miles per hour. Tipping the scales at 19.5 tons, it should not drag down too many tractors big enough to pull it, but the price tag of $221,500 might drag down your bank account for a season or two. Let's all stand up and welcome Ford to Farming Simulator with the Ford 976 Versatile, also referred to as the Versatile 976. Built on the same line, the only difference really is the brand badging. This tractor is a bit short of the 600 horsepower requirement for the cultivator, but has plenty for the air boom, but more on that in a bit. PC players should dust off their shifter because this tractor employs a manual transmission to achieve its top speed of 12 miles per hour. While not as fast, it is geared to pull. While this tractor is a classic, it maintains a decent resale value, costing the player $133,000, holding over 1,000 liters of fuel with a curb weight of 16.4 tons, probably before filling the fuel tank. The DLC brings us the second Salford tool in the 9629 Air Boom Applicator. In real life, the website says that it can be used for solid fertilizer as well as seed, but it looks like the fact sheet we are going to be limited to fertilizer functionality. But being able to broadcast seed grass with this would be rather interesting. The spreader will hold 18,700 liters of solid mineral fertilizer and has an effective working width of 22 meters with its boom arms. It pairs well with the Ford 976 because it has a working speed of 11 miles per hour and a power requirement of 360 horsepower. Players will want to maximize their field's yield using the air boom so they can recoup the $196,500 it will take to pick one up from the shop, while also making sure the tractor has enough weight to counterbalance the spreader because it has an empty weight of 10.2 tons. Salford isn't the only brand making a return in Farm Sim 25. Versatile, which was represented in previous games with a large dual-wheeled configuration, brings almost its whole product line to Farm Sim 25. On the small end, we have the Nemisis series. In real life, this series offers 5 variants from 195 peak horsepower to 272. We know from the announcement screenshots that we will get at least 2 of those configs in the 255, shown here with 250 horsepower standard and 272 peak power output, and the 175 from the announcement screenshots with 170 standard horsepower and 195 peak power. Priced higher than the Ford Versatile 976 at $182,500. It's also more versatile, if I dare use that word, because it can also be equipped with a front loader, and it would make an excellent yard tractor that could also do medium fieldwork tasks, or on a small farm, it could be your main tractor. It's not a slouch when it comes to speed, thanks to its CVT transmission, coupled with the Cummins engine. It's got a top speed of 31 miles per hour. I would suggest a weight on front though, if you're going to use it with the GEA slurry spreader shown here, because the tractor only weighs 8 tons and 375 liters worth of fuel will not be enough to properly counterweight a full slurry tanker. Which brings us to our final bit of kit for the day, with the GEA EL48-6D-4800 slurry tanker spreader. Something to note is the inclusion of a lift axle and support in the DLC to raise and lower them. Now it's unclear if this will be a manual thing or if it will lower on its own when transporting a full load. And a load it can haul, having a maximum capacity of 21,800 liters of slurry or digestate, which will increase the overall weight from its empty 8.1 tons quite a bit. While it's rated at least 220 horsepower, the more important aspect is going to be making sure the tractor has enough weight to keep the tanker behind it when it's fully loaded with slurry or digestate. Get the job done quick with a 16 meter working width at 9 miles per hour. It's also great to see GEA coming to the game, and it can be all yours for $75,500. That's it for today, folks. Come back next week for the second round of fact sheets as you learn a little bit more about the components included in the Plains and Prairies pack. If you want to save a buck, you can go ahead and pre-order the pack now, or you might want to wait a bit. That's fine also. If things work out, I hope to have early access to show you the pack off ahead of launch, because I won't be able to hold my normal launch party on June 4th due to work commitments. If you're new to the channel and like what you saw and heard here today, then do me a solid and click the subscribe and bell buttons below the video. This way you can stay up to speed on the map guides, live streams, and other news videos I drop on a regular basis. Until next time, happy farming.